In this video, you will learn how to create stunning 360-degree photos with your Insta360 X3. Nowadays, everyone takes photos with their smartphone, but 360 photos can be so much more impressive and are just as easy to create. Before I get into the shots, let's first talk about settings. My favorite photo modes on the Insta360 X3 are the HDR photo and the normal photo mode. HDR stands for High Dynamic Range and is perfect for scenes for harsh lighting. It combines multiple photos with different exposures and creates one vibrant photo with massive dynamic range. If you choose to use the HDR photo mode, swipe from the right side of your screen and then go to the setting all the way to the left. Then select PureShot. Next up, we have the normal photo mode. This one is great because you can shoot photos up to 72 megapixels. This allows for unparalleled quality and is great at capturing the details in a scene. Next, swipe from the right side of the screen and go to exposure settings. I recommend keeping this on auto because the camera does a really good job. The last thing we need to do is go all the way to the left and click INSP plus RAW, which I will explain later. Now, regardless of what photo mode you're using, we will need to set up the photo timer. Since we are going to be using the camera on the invisible selfie stick, we want the camera to wait a bit before taking a photo. This is so that we can get the camera into the correct position. I recommend either using the 5 or 10-second timer, depending on the situation. Now, your camera is ready to take amazing 360 photos. The first idea is to use the PureShot capabilities of the Insta360 X3. PureShot essentially edits the photo and reduces noise. The end result is a vibrant and colorful photo that looks amazing. PureShot is automatically enabled for HDR photos, and we can manually enable it for normal photos. Open your camera files and import them into Insta360 Studio. Now, look on the left side of the file names. Half of the photo should say RAW next to them. These are the important files. Open one of them and in the bottom left corner you should see the text Generating PureShot. Once it's done, there should be a yellow photo icon. Here is the before and after the PureShot edit. As you can tell, there is a massive difference. The next shot is the abstract shot. This one is unique to 360 cameras and will leave your viewers scratching their heads trying to figure it out. When taking this shot, try looking for patterns and symmetry in the environment. Additionally, try putting your camera really close to the ground. When you're reframing the photo, use the tiny planet option and move the view around until you get something you like. The next idea is the behind the back. This shot is perfect for when you are traveling alone but still want to achieve a third-person view. Simply mount your camera on the invisible selfie stick and point it behind you. This is a great example for why we need the photo timer. The timer allows us to put the camera into position before the photo is actually taken. While you are waiting for the photo to be taken, you should hear a countdown like this. When it is done, you should hear this noise. The next idea is similar to the first, but you put the camera in front of you instead of behind. This one is great because it shows your face as well as the landscape. Try experimenting with the length of the selfie stick. The longer it is, the more landscape you will get, and the shorter it is, the bigger you will appear in the scene. Next up is the Milky Way photo. Surprisingly, the Insta360 X3 can take amazing photos of the Milky Way, despite it having a small sensor. This shot has a couple requirements: a tripod, a location with minimal light pollution, and a clear sky. Additionally, we are going to be using the manual settings for this shot. Try using a high shutter speed of about 60 seconds, and then an ISO of about 3200. This seems to work well for most night sky photos, but you should experiment and see what works best for your own location. Now, just mount your camera on your tripod and take the photo. The next idea is to reframe and animate your photo. Most of the photo examples in this video are animated, and I recommend that you do the same. My favorite animation is to do something like this, where I start out as a tiny planet and zoom in and pan around the scene. Import your photo into Insta360 Studio, and then click the Animate tab. Create a keyframe in the beginning. Then, click this button here and change the field of view to Tiny Planet. Then go about 5 seconds into the photo and create another keyframe. This time, select the natural view and slightly zoom out to create a wider field of view. Then, go another 5-ish seconds later and change the pan of the shot so you are looking into another direction. For some final touches, I recommend playing around with the rotation angle and the field of view to add even more movement into the shot. I hope you learned something in this video and give some of these ideas a try. 360 photos are a great way to make your shots stand out.